Good morning, everybody. It is the morning. I was rudely interrupted from my beautiful sleep. I'm gonna put you there while I measure this. Interrupted from sleep because we have a leak in the house. Well, like outside on the front. And so there's people here to fix it. Is it 3x4? I think it is a 3x4. It is a 3x4. So they're outside chainsawing the cement. And so I am awake, unfortunately. Okay, I've kind of sort of tidied my desk and my floor. Ignore, that's a diamond dart. Stuff that needs to get put away, Christmas present, fabric that should be put away in my bag. But desk is much cleaner than it was earlier. So now I'm gonna piddle around with this. I gotta take all my sticky notes, and I have a couple of... So you can see I started. I just didn't finish. So I think I am going forward with the Bad Omens painting. I had to remember where I even had my oil painting stuff, because it used to hide in my desk because I used it all the time, but now I don't. I realize I touch my hair a lot. This is one thing I think about vlogging, is I notice the way I stand, the way I do this, the way I touch my hair. It drives me insane. But oil painting, now, as we have seen, painting is black on the edges, purple, light colors in the middle, and I have a lot of hexagons. Now the hexagons are just straight canvas, but because I want to project, theoretically, image, words are hard, my image on there, I think if I just do the whole thing black, then I'll be good to go. But oil takes forever to dry, so I actually do have some Liquin Original, which hopefully is still good. So one thing about oil painting stuff, it usually will last forever. It's still liquidy, which is good, but this speeds drying, which is what we want. And then I should have a large thing of black. This is lamp black. This is ivory black. I think ivory black, I think lamp black is slightly gray, and lamp black is truly, lamp black is also not open. So I think we're going to leave the lamp black alone. I want to make sure I don't have, is this the one that's open? I think it is the one that's open. Yeah, it is the one that's open. I can't remember if lamp, I'm gonna have to Google it because I literally do not remember. That's Payne's Gray. I could probably use that up. I kind of want to use like the oldest stuff first, but I think I threw out a lot. So let me do a quick Google and we'll find out what that is. Okay, so according to Google, the AI summary on Google, it says lamp black is cool tone black, which is what I have here, while ivory black is a warm undertone. So I'm gonna want lamp black. They say ivory black is really good for portraiture, which I, in theory, will be doing a little bit of. So that'll be good. So I think I'm gonna take this. I think I'm gonna do a half and half ratio. I need to go get a little cup to mix it all in. Oil paint goes very far. So I also think I'm gonna leave it hanging on the wall while I do this, because I don't really want to take it down, but also maybe I should take it down, because I think I will take it down because it's above my bed and then I'd have to go get it, and I don't want to. So you know what, I changed my mind. I got my little cup. I am gonna do painting above my bed because it can stay up there and dry and nobody will touch it. I also think I should probably wipe it off because it's kind of been up there for a few years, so maybe I should like a quick dust. But yeah, I just realized it's like in the perfect situation where I'm not gonna accidentally brush against it. My mom's not gonna accidentally brush against it. And I don't have any pets right now, so I don't have to worry about them. But I also, it's warm in here. I mean, it's still actually really warm outside, so I wouldn't necessarily have to worry about, I cannot get that freaking thing open. I wouldn't necessarily have to worry about, oh, probably should have like kneaded the tube first because a lot of oil just came out. That's my bad. That's the only thing about oil paints is they will kind of like separate, so like try to remember just to kind of boop 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 boop, which I didn't, so there you have it. I have to try to figure out how to get this open. This is one of those caps you have to like constantly press down. I did it. It's also, oh, it's actually hard on the top. I mean, it's still like rubbery, so I can still like that, but any other time I've ever had to break this open, it's been like a weird jelly consistency, which is what it is underneath that. But it's been like a wax seal almost feeling. That was actually genuinely hard. So it's definitely been way too long, but that's okay because I do work in a craft store. I just hate because this stuff is actually really, I just swore it out a lot. This stuff's just really expensive. This bottle's, it was in 2017 $19. I get a discount, so I didn't pay $19, but I still paid pretty close. But that's what my little cocktail looks like. And I'm gotta give that thing a dust actually before I take that anywhere. Dusty, dusty duster. Now, depending what this looks like, because I usually don't like the way I look from the back, but I may or may not keep this in. I know the top is really gross because I don't, but I don't really need the top. I really just need this part. Yeah, it was gonna be a Harry Potter painting, and then it became an Avengers painting, and now it's gonna be a Batman Owens painting. We are gonna hope and pray that I do not get this all over the place. But onwards and upwards, right? And I don't need it to be perfect. I just want it to be, when I start painting or start drawing on it, that I can see what I'm drawing, because then I'd have to switch between like a pencil and like a white marker and all of that. So, oh guys, that was close. So we're just giving it a base. Now, the fun thing about oil painting in particular, if you look through a lot of like classic paintings, like they've done like x-rays and things of them, and you'll see a lot of artists have like a painting, and then because canvases were, and kind of still are, expensive. They would just, as their talent grew, would just cover the painting, an old painting, and then just, you know, kind of reuse the canvas. So some now very esteemed paintings have 1 or 2 or even 3 paintings underneath, which I remember when I was in college and learning about that, that was kind of cool, because I do that all the time. I will either rework a painting or not finish a painting or not like a painting anymore, but instead of buying a whole new canvas, especially because I'm not like a world-renowned artist, so it's like nobody except maybe my parents would like keep a painting of mine, and even then it's like, well, if the painting didn't really mean anything to me, then it's just kind of whatever. I still have one of my paintings. We had to do a copy of a classic painting, which I almost sold. Somebody wanted to buy it off of me for like $20 though, and I was like, the canvas was $20, so no, we will not be doing that. And that was the only person who was ever interested in buying it. But I kept it because it was a slightly different style of painting for me. But also, one of my favorite authors is Alexandre Dumas, who is the author of The Three Musketeers. I went through a big Alexandre Dumas phase in high school because we had to pick an author and then do a whole project based on like 3 or 4 of their works. And I picked him because Three Musketeers. And so I had that, and when I did that painting in college, I did that painting because I liked the painting. I thought he looked very Orlando Bloom-ish, which I'm all for. And I think it was a couple years after I did that painting, I was in Barnes & Noble, and it was actually the cover of, I'm pretty sure it was it was either the Three Musketeers or the Count of Monte Cristo. But it was just a weird, like, link that a painting that I love and an author I love, somebody put them together in a Barnes & Noble edition of their story. So it was fun. Also, yes, painting a canvas this large is actually quite satisfying. I'm used to working really small, and I don't really do a whole lot small scale like in my life, so the big canvas is very nice. I don't have to cover the purple. I feel like it might just be easier to start with a flat canvas, and if I have the paint, why not? Now, what I think is funny is kind of what I have in mind for the Bad Omens painting almost kind of coincides with the one I had for the Harry Potter painting, as far as like it being kind of dark, kind of grungy. Originally, I wanted to do something with the mermaids and like the underwater scene from Goblet of Fire, because I had done a mermaid painting which I gave to one of my teachers because she loves all things horror and she loved the painting. I wish I would have sold it to her, because then at least I would have gotten some money. But I did like her as a teacher, and she was my friend's mom, so I was like, yes, I will gift you this really cool mermaid painting I did. I think I have a couple photos of it, but I didn't take very many, which makes me sad. But that was kind of my intro, I guess, into a kind of more creepy style of art. I've never really, like, I've leaned into it a little. I always feel like I do everything very surface level, which there's nothing wrong with that, because I do consider myself a jack of all trades, master of none, and that just kind of comes with that kind of territory. But I think I'm at a place where I really do want to lean into it. Honestly, after I did the photo series I told you guys about a couple days ago, I think I told you about it. I never found any digitals, and as far as I don't have any on my Instagram or my Facebook for that matter. I'll have to dig through my hard drive and see if I can find any there. But after that series, and then that's like when I got into supernatural and stuff like that. And so it's like you can be, you know, you can look like Dean Winchester but still be into the creepy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go, which I don't think I ever could, like full goth or full creepy, full scary, full spooky. I leave that to professionals like Casey. I think I made actually the right amount of paint. Look at that. But do love exploring it in the art. I think for me, because, like, I don't know, I feel like when you're in the creepy and you have your friends and your family just be like, oh, okay, cool. Mine are not. Mine, not necessarily, well, I mean, maybe my friends, but they're always like, that doesn't seem like you. And I'm like, but it is. So, I do just want to lean into the creep factor. I want to lean into kind of the weird, layery effects. It also feels like I'm painting my wall without actually painting my wall. But I'll have to let this dry for, I believe, a few days. So that'll give me time to kind of map stuff out, hopefully. It's weird though, so I bought an iPad with the intent of getting more into like digital art. And I feel like the more I've messed around with that, the more I want to get back into like a traditional, tangible art. So we shall see what this brings. And then maybe, as I'm doing this, because oil you have to wait, because obviously it stays wet for a long time, which is why it's really great for portraitures and like water and stuff like that. But maybe as I simultaneously do this, I can also do the digital version of this Avengers painting. I also think, I said this, I think the Avengers painting will be really nice as a digital, because I think it's one of those things that it'd be really cool to have it as a big print, and then maybe like, or even if you got a bunch of like hexagon shaped canvases and had them printed on and stuff like that, it would be a really cool collage kind of thing. I don't know why hexagons. A lot of people always ask that. I don't know. I like the shape of hexagons. It's different than just so much of square. I feel like square portraitures and something that I had going on like this is very Brady Bunch, and that's not what I was going for. Also, I think too, because a lot of like of the honeycomb pattern is throughout the Avengers and throughout Marvel, so it was always just kind of like if you look in Endgame, I believe it is, when they're in the white suits, it's very hexagon patterned in there. I think that's just one of like Tony Stark's things. It's like just another version of a grid, but a little less boring. Well, that's the end of that, and it's now black. But yeah, so we'll give that a few days to dry. The hexagons will eventually like fade away. The more you layer oil, the more all that goes away. And I do want to go kind of heavy. Just realized I got this brush dirty and I can't actually wash it because the water is still off. So I can put it in soap though, at the very least. But the layers of oil that I'm going to end up doing on top of that will be fine. Also, this coat of black was kind of to help fill that in. It is very strange that the purple is gone now. But the one thing I love about the New Bad Omens era is their color seems to be like Death of Peace of Mind was very red and black, but now we're moving into like teal and black, which I love. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I also got my coffee for today. It's also 10:30. I really should eat something, but the water is still off, so I don't really want to make anything, but then that means I'm gonna have to stop somewhere, which I could, except most people stop serving breakfast by now, so it's one of those things. I'm always in the mood for breakfast. I just spilled like half my coffee. Okay. I'm on my way to work. Technically, I told my boss already I'm gonna be late. The repair guys literally pushed it until like the last minute that I could leave the house and still make it on time. And I was like, hey, so you're still there? So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to work. Brother's still here. He can, you know, if you need anything. And we're like, actually, we're almost done. Can you just run all of the faucets in the house? I'm like, hot and cold. Okay, cool. So I texted my boss, I'm gonna be late. But I ran all the faucets in the house. Everything seemed fine. There's a little bit of dirt, but that's okay. It's normal. So hopefully that's all of our water taken care of. But my poor dad's beautiful driveway that we've never, I think there's maybe a couple of cracks in it, but they had to like literally cut right into that sucker, a nice little square. So that's unfortunate, but we have some water. Gotta outrun the semi real quick. Hold on. Go speed racer, go speed racer, go. Yeah, so probably gonna have to forego my break because I got to order today. So that kind of sucks. Also, the boys are very disappointed that I'm not gonna be home for the Game Awards. I don't have any like. There's a game. I don't really care for really any award show, honestly. If the games I like and the people I like win stuff, I'm like, cool. But like, I mean, like when you find out stuff about a lot of awards, they're like I think it was the Academy Awards. I don't know, one of them, they were like, oh yeah, these people don't even watch all of the movies that are nominated. What do you mean you don't watch the movies that are nominated? You're literally part of the committee that is helping select who the winners are. It doesn't make any sense, but whatevs. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to work now. exits up there, please. I'm already late. The fuck you mean that's what we're supposed to use? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It was a regular night tonight. Left at 9:30. Seasonal was a wreck as per usual, but not much we can do about that. Oh, you know what? I had to get gas today. I could have got it tomorrow, but then I have to leave early or do it tomorrow night. And closing on a Friday is terrible. And so I was like, you know what? Just gonna do it today. Still paid a fortune, but that's all right. I normally get my gas at Sam's or Costco because it's cheapest here in California. I also like the Shell station that is on my way home if I take the back way, but I can take the freeway because I closed. So gonna just went to the gas station across the street from ye old job because convenient. I only do it every once in a while. Again, I needed gas. I think I had like, it said about 70 miles left to drive, which is like 1.5 days of driving for me. So I could have made it home and I could have made it back out, but then I would have had to get gas tomorrow for sure. Game awards were tonight. The boys hung out in the Discord server, so I hope they had a great time. Nobody sent me pictures of Neil Newbon. He was announcing, I can't remember what he was announcing. I feel like it was like best supporting actor or something like that. Nobody sent me pictures or video clips, which is rude. I hosted and I wasn't even there, and the least you could do is send me pictures. So I'm gonna have to look at that chunk. I heard he was beautiful, so I'm definitely gonna have to see that with my own eyes. Yeah, I bought my ticket for Iron Lung, Markiplier's new movie, so I'm very excited to see that. I invited a couple friends to go with me if they wanted to, and they both said yeah, so we're gonna go see that. We're seeing it on the 31st because I should be off that day. I'm requesting that day off, but I'm very excited and very happy for Mark and Amy. I know they've worked really hard on this movie, so I'm excited to see it in a theater, and I am excited to see them, you know, all their hard, what is this car doing? All their hard work pay off, because they deserve it for sure. Now he's going slower than I was going. I need you to not. I want to go home. But yeah, today was a good day. I know I mentioned earlier in Vlogmas I had some friend drama, and the main drama is over, but the fallout from it is still kind of tumbling. And so found out that one of my friends left the Discord, one of the friends involved left the Discord server, which I'm not really surprised, because unfortunately with the fallout of the drama, it kind of left them, it left the Discord in a kind of, and so like a lot of people unfriended them because they didn't agree with their actions. Oh my god, there's a car trying to turn. But yeah, they didn't agree with their actions, and so unfortunately a lot of people in my Discord no longer friends with that person, so that kind of sucks. I'm still friends with them, but it's definitely, I don't know, I haven't had like a friend falling out in a long time. I feel like the last like major one that made me really sad for a long time was in high school, and it feels kind of similar where like typically one of the people involved like mistreated, they ended up like, I have friends that have ended up dating, and it just kind of like it'll be fine for a while, and then it tailspins into some drama, and then caught in the middle. But I don't know, so that little things keep coming up, but also like because I was very much put in the middle, and the first half of the drama, I was part of that initial drama, so like, I mean, I was a bystander, kind of, you know, but I get why I was there and why, I don't know what the truck is doing, and why things happen the way they happen. But then the second half of the drama was just like there should have been communication, and there wasn't any communication, and one ended up treating the other one not so nicely, and it made me really upset as like, you treating my, like, if you're gonna treat my friends like crap, we can't be friends. And so I've had to kind of step back from that friendship, which sucks, because a lot of times with the friends that I consistently talk with and chat with, I consider you a very close friend, and then when I have to step back because you offer no explanation for your actions, and I mean, like, they admitted that what they did was wrong, so I'm like, okay, well, are you saying that because I told you what you did was wrong, or because you actually feel that way? So it's just a lot of headache, honestly, and I was really over it in October, and so it is what it is. So like random, I'll say random like little tidbits from this falling out keep like appearing, and I'm like, okay, it's an odd course of action, and everything that has happened, it's like, well, that's a really fast way to lose friends and not have any. So suffice to say, if my personal advice from the experiences I've had, if you're going to date within the friend group, you gotta be sure about it, like super sure. Don't just, I mean, listen, if you want to go balls to the wall and it is a like lightning in a bottle situation, great, but you gotta decide on how the two of you are going to deal with it together. But also, just like from what I've seen, effective communication with your friends and with your partner are just keys to life, in my opinion. You got to communicate. If you don't like something, if something it feels wrong to you, you have to communicate. There was just a lot of instances in this drama that, like, if the people involved had communicated to me, things could have gone a lot differently. But that's unfortunately not the timeline we're living in. And so it is what it is. And it kind of sucks because every once in a while I get really sad because that friendship, a couple of friendships, are never going to be the same, and I can't do things the way I want to anymore because those friendships aren't the same. But I feel like there was something dead in the road. I feel like a majority of us have healed, or we're past the worst part of said drama, like healing portion. So we're on the mend, things are looking up, and I am definitely feeling a lot less sad about it and a lot better about other things. So I am glad that portion of my life for drama wise is now done. Again, just random tidbits keep popping up, but that is life. Communicate. So with somebody. It doesn't even have to be with anybody involved. Communicate with your parents. Communicate with friends outside of the situation. Communicate with friends inside the situation. I don't know why that guy got over. We're all going to merge into one lane. Just like talk it out. I feel like a lot of people in this day and age hide behind the phone, which I get it. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot easier to text people stuff than it is to call or FaceTime or be in person. I get it. Trust me. I really do. But in matters like this, I'm not sure why my phone is really blurry. I'm assuming it's because I'm in the dark. Don't worry, it's not illegal to drive with the light on, I promise. But just communicate. You gotta communicate. If you're not communicating, but also, not only do you have to communicate, but when somebody is communicating with you, you have to be open to that communication, even if it's something that you don't want to hear. And it just be that way. I mean, I get comments from certain family members or certain friends, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm a 31-year-old lady. I'm done with that. Like, if you don't like it, then do something about it. You can't just complain and then not do anything. You have to act. But I am excited to be on my way home. It is currently 10 o'clock. I think I told you guys, we fixed the water problem at my house, which is fabulous. We get over. So I can take a shower and I can eat my dinner in peace. And I think I'm about to play some Baldur's Gate. We'll see if any of the boys are still awake, because it's Thursday. So Wyatt may or may not be awake. He did have work today, but sometimes he stays late, up late on Thursdays, and Joe may or may not be awake because I'm not sure what time he works tomorrow, but he's normally a night owl, so if he closes tomorrow, he's probably still awake. But hopefully I could chat to them, see about Game Award things. Give them both a knuckle sandwich for not getting me any Neil Newbon pictures or screen caps. But yeah, see you guys probably at home.